Since the dawn of the new millennium, a protocol of Zion, communists, the age of Aquarius, these were the ingredients chosen to make the perfect little girl. And now we live in a time of a dark future. There are only two media insurgents who can save us. Jesse P.S.
You know, I was thinking the other day, what if, like, Sam Hyde did something?
And Jesse Heck. You know, there's a guy, he's wearing a Now, welcome. Friday Nightwave Hangout Explosion.
All right. Yeah, everybody. Welcome. Howdy do. Howdy do, everybody. Thank you. It's Friday edition. Friday edition of Friday Nightwave Hangout Explosion. New format. Very new format. Yeah. Yeah. New format. And we're just going to be watching some videos tonight, you know? Just watching some regular old videos. Just, I've got my Twitter feed up here, so we're going to check out these videos and see what that's all about. And, you know, anything you've already seen today, we will cover. So if you want us to cover something tonight, make sure it's something you already saw today. And feel free to send in links or just spam my Facebook group with memes. And can you guys hear this background noise yet? Or hang on a second, let me turn this up. You hear all that? Can you hear that? Can you hear my chair? Can you guys hear this? Okay, so anyway, yeah, let's get into it. By the way, we do have Super Chats open tonight. Super Chats open tonight. Not the same Super Chats, not the same as e-begging. Definitely not as shitty as having, like, let's say, a Patreon. We also do have a Patreon. But anyway, send in your Super Chats tonight. We will spend the second hour of tonight, we will spend reading Super Chats. So let's go to our first video here. Let me open up all my tabs. First video here. We've got, wow, Master Studios. All right, let's watch this one.
Great, now I'm in a sketch pad.
A few moments later.
Now I look like a painting or something like that?
A few moments later.
Oh, great. Now I'm inside a drawing.
A few moments later.
Out of transmission? Really?
A few moments later.
Boy, do I have a big head.
A few moments later.
Wait a minute, am I in a tunnel before?
A few moments later.
Oh man, now I'm like inside a water.
A few moments later.
I'm confused. Right now.
A few moments later.
Now I'm glad it's over.
Okay. Perfect. Wow, cool.
Oh.
Well, there was that video and all my amazing commentary on it. Let's go to our top story of tonight. And guys, thank you for putting up my new format here. We're working out the kinks. Top story tonight, Ben Shapiro. Huh? So, Ben Shapiro, this glow in the dark. Shout outs to Pod Awful. This guy, wow, not having a good week. Not having a good week at all. No. Yeah. Ben Shapiro had the Groypers coming after him. Shout out, by the way. Shout outs, by the way, to the Groypers out there, huh? I mean, Nick Fuentes. This Nick Fuentes guy, we think he's gay here at Friday Nightwave Hangout Explosion. But, if he hasn't really pulled this thing together, this is getting pretty crazy, right? This is getting pretty nuts. And Ben Shapiro, you guys have already seen it in your Twitter feeds, but let's take a look. We'll pause every 13 seconds. Let's take a look at this.
Turns out not all that many Americans agree with you. After all, your agenda is pretty disgusting.
Okay. Wow. Agenda disgusting? Okay. So he says the agenda is disgusting. And you know what else is disgusting? I used to, I don't know if you guys know this, I used to work at a strip club. And I'll tell you what's really disgusting. 3 a.m. in a strip club, just looking for the last thing you can even bother taking home. No, dude, no. Wow.
You also happen to have the unfortunate habit of saying really disgusting things when you think other people aren't listening. For example, your thought leaders, your self-proclaimed lead influencers, will say they're not on the same page as white supremacist Richard Spencer, but then they'll go on Facebook and post about the Charlottesville white supremacist rally, quote, "The rootless transnational elite know that a tidal wave of white identity is coming, and they know that once the word gets out, they will not be able to stop us. The fire rises." Really hiding the ball there, are you? Let's say that your self-proclaimed lead influencer...
So, this Ben Shapiro guy is, what, Jewish? Okay, Jaime. Okay, Shyster, Shylock. Maybe we don't want to listen to this guy. Or, did somebody who the fuck was that? Ban him. Somebody, if you tell me to fucking stop pausing one more time.
...has compared Alex Jones's ban from social media, a ban, by the way, which I opposed publicly, to a modern Kristallnacht and the beginning of a white Holocaust.
Kristallnacht. My favorite drink additive is Kristallnacht. Nothing's better than adding a little Kristallnacht to my water. It gives me that light calorie sort of thing. Yeah. What was the joke we had planned for that one? By the way, didn't we have some sort of joke planned for that? We talked about that during show prep. Let me pull up my show prep here real quick, though. Actually,
to the Holocaust itself.
Hang on a second. We're going to come back to Ben. Let me just pull up my show prep here. Okay, here we go. The Mr. Medicare Twitter page. Show prep. Okay, let's just look through here. All right, we'll come back to that. I can't find the joke right now. We'll come back to that. I told you, I'm doing half the work over here. You've got to do some of the stuff, man. I can't just wake you up off the couch and 25 minutes before the show starts. I can't just wake you up off the couch, clear away all the bottles, and then set up all the punchlines for you. It's just not going to work that way.
You have some questions. You do. Right, those questions are questions like this. It's a direct quote from a lead influencer in the alt-right. Matt says, If I take 1 hour to cook a batch of cookies and Cookie Monster has 15 ovens working 24 hours a day, every day for 5 years, how long does it take Cookie Monster to make 6 million batches of cookies? I don't know. That's a good question. No, that doesn't sound really correct to me. No. Wait a second. It takes 1 hour to build a batch of cookies. No. And you have 15 ovens, probably in 4 different kitchens, right, doing 24 hours a day for 5 years. How long would it take to get to 6 million? I don't know. It certainly...
Not one more, not one less. Shout out to Pod Awful.
Wouldn't be 5 years, right? The math doesn't seem to add up there. None of it really adds up. None of it really makes sense. This crazy cookie analogy. 6 million cookies? Nah, I don't buy it. That's all irony. I'm an irony bro. That's all irony. And this is the kind of stuff some of these folks are saying. For the record, by the way, just so the facts are on the record, according to Henrik Tauber, a member of the Sonder Commando who worked in several of Birkenau's gas chambers, quote, we worked in 2 shifts, a day shift and a night shift. On average, we incinerated 2,500 bodies a day. The procedure was to put the first body with the feet toward the muffle, back down and face up. Then a second body was placed on top, again face up, but head toward the muffle. We had to work fast. The bodies put in first soon started to burn. Their arms and legs rose up. Women's bodies burned much better and more quickly than those of men. For this reason, when a charge was burning badly, we would introduce a woman's body to accelerate the combustion, unquote. But maybe he was just being ironic, bro.
Whoa! He called him bro. Dude, I mean, bro. Little tiny Ben Shapiro. Wow, he's destroying them with facts and logic. He's absolutely destroying them with facts and logic.
In fact, it seems...
Remember, in the YouTube titles, when the meme, facts and destroying...
Seems like some members of the alt-right, they have a pretty large problem with Jews generally. They'll tweet things like, quote, so-called Jewish values tend to favor liberal and internationalist positions like abortion, foreign intervention, multiculturalism, homosexuality, and mass immigration. Some of you will say that you're hurt in your daily existence by Jews. You've suggested that a religious Catholic who writes for my website, a guy named...
No, nobody would say that, not here. Susan, if you're listening. Anyway, subscribe to us on our alternative channel. Go to DLive. Use the Brave browser.
And Matt Walsh is a, quote, Shabbos Goy race trader who's throwing his own people under the bus and hates white people. In fact, Walsh is, according to you, an F word, that would be for gay people, P word.
What word is that exactly? Which F word do you mean? I think he means forget about it.
Word, as in female genitalia, race trader who works for the Jews. What prompted that outburst, by the way, on the part of this alt-right lead influencer? The fact that my friend, Matt Walsh, said that the El Paso racist shooter should be publicly executed in brutal fashion. Also, it turns out, lead influencers in the alt-right not so fond of black people either. One particular lead influencer, when asked if having sex with a dog is the same thing as having sex with a black man...
Flaming, they say in the chat.
Said, quote, they would both be degenerate.
Oh, that was it. Oh, okay. Well, that was a little bit shorter than I thought it would be. Okay, fine. A little bit shorter than I thought it would be. Are you talking about Ben himself? Let me see if I've got anything on Will Smith or Jack Black. No?
Turns out not all that many Americans
agree with you. Okay, I don't have
you.
anything on them. Let's go back to our show prep here. Let me just bring up my show prep. Okay, so here's the feed for Mr. Medicare. You guys know Mr. God, shout out, by the way. I love this. Mr. Medicare, I just love the way that he talks into a microphone about the things you've seen on the internet already. Because when he does it, and we got to get him on the show. We got to get him on the show, man. I know. We got to get him on the show. Because when he talks into a headset microphone, when he does it, he also laughs after the things he says, which we do. We got to get him on the show. I watch every video of his. We love it. Anyway, let's see what he's saying here. Hi. Hello. Okay, let's see what he's saying here. We're too fucking... Oh, he's talking about... He's actually talking about Nick Recchietta in some of his tweets here. Look at this. I love Nick Recchietta. Yeah. I talked to him about getting him on the show. He said he would come on. You know, I've watched all 2 million hours of his streams. You know, his 15-hour streams about boring weeb law shit. I watch all of that, man, and like, this guy is legend status. Okay? This guy he's legend status, all right? So we gotta get him on the show because he's got a lot of subscribers. So, yeah, no, this dude, he rules. The nose, though, we do have to talk about the nose a little bit. But yeah, Nick Recchietta. Anyway, all right, so we've got our show prep here. So let's go to our next video. We were talking about Nick Fuentes. So we're talking about Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes sending the Groypers, our friends at the alt-right, the Groypers. He's sending them to mess with Ben Shapiro, mess with the Charlie Kirk, all these different guys. And so let's go to the latest clip of Nick Fuentes. And again, we think he's gay. We think Nick Fuentes is gay. He sucks. He's not funny. But love to have him on the show. Would absolutely have him on the show at any point. Love to hear what he has to say. Love his green screen background because that is a good layout. And we know layouts here. So that's a good look. And also... Are you going to say what I think you're going to say? Yeah, okay. We also, even though he's gay, we do appreciate what he's doing for the movement, you know? And fuck optics. Fuck optics, man. Fuck optics. All right, let's play the Nick video.
This is the case with many women.
Let's sit and watch quietly the Nick video you guys have seen.
She wasn't going to agree to it. She wanted it, but she wanted it to happen. As is the case with a lot of women, she wasn't going to affirmatively consent to the picture being taken. But I mean, deep down, there was, I think, an invitation, all right? And this is the case with many such cases like this, you know? Sometimes you just have to go in, right? And that's what I did. So we went for the headlock, and she had no problem with it. It was funny. Everyone had a good laugh. And then she said, you know what? My hair looked terrible in that picture. Take another one. And I said, okay. And we tried to take another picture, and it didn't look great. I said, you know what? This one's great. She's like, oh, fine.
Oh, hey, shout out to Porcelain in the chat room, okay? Shout out to Porcelain. Hey, man, we've had our differences in the past. I want to appreciate, say thank you for, featuring my show, Pod Awful, in a few of your documentaries. I've been in a couple of your documentaries. So shout outs to Porcelain. Okay, we learned about him through a show that we started called Red Bar. So shout outs to Porcelain. And hey, Porcelain, if you want to call in, buddy, let's get you in here. If you want to call in, just let me know. We can get you called in here. You want to hit me up on Facebook or something, you can call in.
Fine, okay. So yeah. And she did smell nice.
We're actually going to talk about Porcelain later in the show, so.
Say. Oh, it's Revenge of the Cis. Revenge of the Cis is ROTC. Yeah, those guys are losers, dude. I don't know. I guess they had like some good content or something, but do you want to know why they hate me? They hate me because for probably a year, they emailed me and they were like, Nick, please come on our podcast. Please come on our podcast. And I never responded because their name is so gay. Revenge of the Cis, really? Number one, it's a play on Star Wars. Come on. I mean, I like Star Wars as much as the next guy, but it's a pun about a Star Wars movie. Number two, Revenge of the Cis, the cisgender. So for a year, they were like, come on, Nick, we know you're seeing these emails. Please, come on our show. And I ignored them. And they were, pestering me on Twitter. And eventually I just blocked them because then they got nasty. They're like, you're ignoring us. You're a mean guy. So I'm like, I don't have to put up with this block. So yeah, they're just a bunch of salty retards. You catch more flies with honey. I'll just say that much, dummy.
Okay, so I don't know what he was talking about there. Was that even meant to be? No, that wasn't even in the show notes. I don't know how that got there.
Nothing.
Okay, Nick Fuentes is gay, by the way. And by the way, me personally, I would never have him on the show. Okay, me personally, I never wanted Nick Fuentes on the show. That was more his thing. I never said I wanted him on the show. I said he'd be a good guest. Okay? There's a difference between those things. Let's go to our next show note here. And by the way, Porcelain, if you want to call in, buddy, I mean, just, let me know, Porcelain. Hey, Porcelain's in the chat. Should we give Porcelain guys, can you give Porcelain a wrench in the chat room? Let's make sure we give Porcelain a wrench. Let's go to our next show note here. And again, this is just a show where we play YouTube videos, and we do interrupt them a lot, but rarely with commentary. And we have no real involvement with these things. This is more of a YouTube watching show, is what we do. So.
Oh my God, buddy! Yes, happy news! Oh yes, and the booty, and the booty, yes. Oh, look, happy Tuesday! Oh my! Oh look! Let us know. Look at happy. Oh my! My mom, she's on doing. Oh, hear it! It's getting even. Oh yeah! Oh my! Yeah! Ellie, yeah! It's getting it in there. Oh, here's it. Yeah. Oh, look! Oh yes! Look at. Oh yeah!
All right, and that was yet another video by Dayton Hypernova. So, hope you guys enjoyed that. Not really. I mean, what can you even say? I'm getting tired of even talking about these things. I mean, 5 days a week. 5 fucking days a week talking about this? I don't know, man. But anyway, speaking of Porcelain, by the way, 07, my brother, salute 444 and 07 to you. Speaking of Porcelain, he's got a new documentary coming out soon. Let's take a look at that. I always get excited for Porcelain's documentaries, and yeah, I mean, we've had our problems with him before in the past, but Porcelain makes good documentaries. So he's doing a second one on Owen Benjamin. I know you guys love Owen, so you asked for it. Here we go. Okay, pause right there. Can you read that to me? Because I actually haven't. What does that say? What do you mean? What does that say? What I'm saying is I can't read it. What is your glasses or something? No, I don't know how to read. I'm not really. This doesn't have to do with your eyes, right? No, it's like words. Words. They're hard to understand. Especially on the internet, things can be so easily taken out of context. And the best way to react to that is, right now, what I want to do is have a fucking meltdown and freak out over these words, because I don't know if they're talking shit about me right now. Okay, dude, they're not talking shit about you. Do you want to do this off air? Maybe it's almost time for our smoke break, our built-in smoke break for the show. But these words have nothing to do with you. This is about Owen Benjamin. Okay, but look, some of those words look mean, okay? So can you just read them to... Okay. It says on January 25th, 2019, a documentary on the spiraling... Okay, spiraling. Right there, okay? Right there, spiraling. So they're saying I'm spiraling out. That I'm becoming Owen Benjamin, is what you're trying to say. Ban him! Ban him! Ban him from the chat. Dude, it has nothing to do with you, okay? It's about Owen Benjamin. Calm down.
He literally admitted on a stream once, I think I heard at some point, that he said that he literally sucked somebody's dick at one point. I don't know if that was molestation or abuse or...
I remember that.
He said, even if that was what it was, he said he also did circle jerk with people, jerked off with guys.
not a single dinosaur skeleton that exists.
Owen doesn't respond to phone calls from me.
And now my wizard fucking dad is left with $5,000 and everyone knows what the fuck he is.
But those hats, watch out.
If you believe that, I don't know what to tell you. It's fucking retarded. The Neo Clowns are spiraling.
Jewish, homosexual, Hollywood loser. What are you gonna do? And he's not funny.
The lies are being revealed.
By the way, Nick Fuentes is gay.
What makes me really not like him, and what made me never like him from the beginning, is the fact that he's not funny. You know, the piano thing, this really gay piano.
And also, you are gay, by the way, but if you do want to, like, I would debate him, okay? I would debate on our show, I would debate him. But I would debate him on whether or not he's gay, and I would argue that indeed he is.
Thing. I mean, that's like what Bo Burnham does.
Wow. So, shout outs ahead of time, by the way, to Porcelain. 07 salute to Porcelain, who is definitely going to include us in this upcoming documentary about Owen Benjamin. I know it'll be clip heavy when it comes to Pod Awful. Pod Awful is going to be in this documentary so many times. So I want to say thank you right now ahead of time before you even bother thanking us in the credits. I'm so excited for more Owen Benjamin stuff. Wow. Thank you, Porcelain, everybody. Porcelain. So let's go ahead and read those super chats. If you guys weren't sending in the super chats, we've got a link there in the chat room for it. We've got super chats. We'll be reading super chats all the second hour of the show. The entire second hour of the show will be super chats. Let's go ahead and read the ones we've got in so far. $5 from Scott. He says, from VV Scott. Oh, VV Scott. Okay, all right, VV. What the fuck does that mean? What kind of fucking lame shit is that? VV? All right. Okay, so VV Scott says, I hope Mersh dies a slow, horrible death, H2BH. I don't know what that means. From Fat Gay Retard for $1, test. It worked. From Elizabeth for $5, loving the funky beat. Thank you, Elizabeth. And 444 shout outs. Whatever Red Bar would say. Denzel the Boomer for $2. You rehash ice-cold conservative takes like no other. Oh my God, thank you so much. Thank you. Is this going to be another stream where you jerk yourself off over old Opie and Anthony clips again? Anyway, love the content. 44407. I'm a retarded. Great super chat. Thank you, Denzel the Boomer. And remember, guys, we can't do it without your shekels. We got to keep this going. If you don't use the Brave browser, we'll die. It takes a lot to run this studio, okay? Without your constant donations, I wouldn't have been able to put up this fan art. So please make sure so that we can keep building this up bigger and better and do even wilder things. Remember a year ago when we went to DC? No? Okay. Let's keep reading these. So from Fat Gay Retard again for $5, Ben Shapiro is actually kind of cool. Wow. Okay, well, ban him. All right, so let's see. We've got from Aquatism here for $1. Aquatism for $1 says, please talk more about the crazy tranny guy or Owen Benjamin, you're welcome, or Bob Hickman, same size, LOL, or your history of substance abuse, or how Dick Masterson is a visionary in content monetization. I do love that guy.
Dick Masterson, you know, a lot of you guys know this about me. I had a problem with Dick in the past, personally, and I forgive him. In fact, I'd like to do this. I'd like to extend an olive branch and say, I completely forgive him. I apologize for everything I've ever done to Dick Masterson. I'd love for him to come on the show, talk about new Project 2. I hate what's happening to him with the banks. All is forgiven on my side. Whatever I got to do to lick the underside of his scrotum, I'm willing to do. You know, if I know I made him mad with a lot of things. I took away his Pizza Hut commercial for just no reason, just out of nowhere for no reason. I did that. He never did anything wrong. I am finally admitting it. And so, Dick, please, for the love of God, come on my show. But anyway, how Dick Masterson is visionary content monetization. Love the show. I need your dopamine. Please don't ban me. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Aquatism, for that $1 super chat. You are banned. Some dumb bitch for $2. Some guy sent me a picture of a dick. Can you dedicate the next month of shows to talking about him? All right, look. I didn't even want to bring this up. Okay? You know I didn't want to bring you told me before the show you didn't want to talk about it. I told you I didn't want to bring this up. I'm tired of talking about it. Okay, personally, but Nat Clo. This Nat Clo this guy, I mean, how do you send a dick picture to a woman? How do you send a dick picture to? You guys want to hear my new guys? Check out my new impression of Will Smith. Woo, haha! Learned that one from Family Guy. It's my best impression. Listen to this. Woo, haha, haha, woo. Learned that one from Family Guy. If you guys want to hear any more of my amazing impressions, let us know in the super chats. Super chat me, and I'll do some of my amazing impressions. I do impressions that just nobody else has ever done. Nobody else could ever do. But anyway, I didn't want to talk about this Nat Clo guy. You know that. I know that. You know that. And he sent a dick pic to a woman. And it's not over. And when I say it's not over, I mean thinking about it, talking about it. A man sending a dick pic to a woman on the day of my daughter's wedding. I mean, forget about it. So, I don't know. New York. I'm a New York guy. Anyway, let's go to can we get back to the super chats there? I know we've got more. Let's see. VV Raven Zephyr says for $5, OMG, that perv Nat Clo sent me a pic of his peen. Can you believe this? What kind of person does that? Do something about it. Thank you so much, Raven Zephyr. We will be doing something about it. You can check out our solo shows on this channel where we will be talking about this a lot more than we're even bothering to tonight. Make sure you check out some of our solo shows. We're doing, I don't know, probably 40 fucking shows in a day. There's probably a lot of shows. There's definitely enough content to fill all of that. And if you miss any of it, make sure you hit subscribe. That way you can also see clips of it, of the same content, 20-minute clips of the exact same content. Let's see. From Mersh for $5, he says, I made you. You'd be fucking nowhere without me. You'll regret crossing me and my eyes. Wow. Well, thank you, Mersh. I'm not exactly sure who that is or what you're talking about there, but thank you so much for making me, and I couldn't have done it without you. Patrick for $3 says, Mersh looks like a plus-sized Christmas tree model. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Megabit Banshee 666 for $5 is asking Jesse to do Alex Jones. Oh, okay. You want me to do my Alex Jones? All right. I gotta go look at tranny porn. What? I gotta go look at tranny porn, Joe. I'm kind of retarded. What? Nobody else could ever do Okay, well that's so much, guys. Keep sending in the super chats. We're gonna take a quick break and play a commercial you've heard literally 500 times. Same one. Make sure you use the Brave browser. This is the part where we do some shilling. Ooh, e-begging, shilling. So use the Brave browser and make sure you subscribe to us on Patreon. Here's what. Oh my God. Hang on 1 second. I gotta see what you get if you subscribe to our Patreon. If you subscribe to our Patreon, you will be subscribing. Remember, we're creating political commentary, independent journalism, and comedy in that order. So remember, if you join our Patreon for $2 a month, you help us keep our operation running. And we will consider your $2 to be a basic token of appreciation for what we do. We do so much for you. You're welcome, by the way. So $2, that's just like a thank you. Some people out there, other shows out there other than Pod Awful, if you join their Patreon for $1, they're giving you like a fucking shitload of content. Us, we have already given you so much stuff. So for $2, that's just us going, thank you. Now send a super chat too. For $5 a month, you get access. Now this is cool, okay? All right, this is cool, okay? For $5 a month, you get access to our daily live. And by the way, I know this sounds loco in La Cabeza, but this is cool. You get $5 access to our daily live program as well as watch later privileges. So the only way you can see our daily show here and watch it later is by giving us $5 a month. Okay? It's definitely not already the fucking thing you get for free every day and the thing that was supposed to make the $2 level a token of appreciation. Plus, now this is cool. With the $5 level, you also get 100+ hours per month of live content. And again, that's not the content that you're already getting on the channel. It's different somehow. And then you also get access to and this is my favorite part, okay? Because this means you're like premium, dude. You're like a premium type of guy. It gives you access to our members-only archive featuring the first 250 episodes of the show. So what we do is we take the shit you already saw, we archive it, we throw it away, just throw it into a fucking garbage bin, because who's going to remember? This shit is, this is disposable content. We throw it into the trash, and then we go, but if you give us $5 a month, you have the privilege of re-watching it. Very cool. Now, here's an interesting thing. Our tiers go from 2 to 5 to 8 to 12 to 25 to 40. And I'll tell you why we did it that way, actually. The reason we did it that way is because I actually had him do the math.
Yeah, it just seemed to make the most sense to me. 2, 5, 8, 12, 25, 40, prime numbers. So, what's wrong with that?
Okay, so in the $8 level, now, and this might sound petty, but I really want to read this. In the $8 level, you get access to our daily live program as well as watch later privileges. Very cool. Plus 100 hours per month of live content. Now, this sounds like the content from the last subscription level, and it is. But here's the other stuff you get. Exclusive access to bonus Patreon content, streams, and updates. For instance, our most recent update on Patreon was October 15th, and the update says, on vacation until Friday. And this is a locked post that you can only see if you are a member of our Patreon community. I'm not kidding. This is real. And the last time we updated the archive of content, episodes 201 to 250, that was in August 21st is when we did that. So we haven't done it in a while, but that's okay because you get the bonus content that we definitely do. We're definitely doing so much bonus stuff for all our $8 people. Plus behind the scenes rumors and news posted for patrons only. Don't you want to know the rumors, folks? We've got rumors. And entry into contests each month to win merch and gift cards. We do this every month. You guys have heard about this. Send in super chats for $12 a month. Here's what you get extra for $12 a month. You get all the stuff from before, obviously. But this is the cool part. You get a shout out from us. We will follow you on our personal social media accounts. Something we don't do for free normally with people. Okay, so that's what you get for that one. And also, we'll give you shout outs. And I know that sounds like what the last one was, but this is a different part of this same tier. We'll give you shout outs and photo opportunities of you and your social media when we go out and troll at live events and rallies. Remember when we went to DC before? Do you remember? We're doing that all the time now that we're big. We did that when we had 6,000 subscribers. We're at a lot of subscribers now. So we're going to be doing that a lot. Join the $12 level for sure. Then at the $25 level, you don't get any of the previous content according to this tier list that I created here in front of me. You don't get any of the previous content. You do, however, we will wear or promote your brand or your shirt on the air. For instance, I'm right now wearing Forbidden Planet because Forbidden Planet gives us $25 a month, so I have to wear this on the show. And we will review your products. If you pay us $25, we will definitely fairly review your products. And where else would you go other than Friday Nightwave Hangout Explosion? Where else would you go to get your product reviews? I mean, you've seen all the product reviews we do all the time. Now, here's the cool thing. For $40 a month, if you're doing this, it's probably just because you're family or close friends of ours. I couldn't think of any reason that just a stranger from the internet would give a podcast $40 a month. So if you're doing this, you must be our family or friends. And love us. So we can't give you anything else, but we do love you and cannot do this without you. For $40 a month, you get nothing, but we assume you are our family members. I am reading this right now. Oh my God, there's a $100 tier. And I forgot about our $100 tier. It's the God tier. And if you are Steve Bannon, a member of the Mercer family, or some other rich jerk who enjoys our show, give us lots of money. This option is also available for the CIA or Russian influencers. Kidding, but you get nothing for this. So those are our levels. Join our Patreon. We will be right back after a word from our sponsor. Here's some fucking vaporwave for some reason.
Guys, listen to our fake radio station. Here's a fucking fake commercial. I don't even feel like doing this bit. I was gonna do it. I don't feel like it. Here's a clip from Family Guy.
Give Nana a big hug, sweetheart.
Well, that should guarantee some after-dinner entertainment.
Lois, I was thinking, why don't I fly out to Palm Springs and pick up Stewie?
Really?
Yeah, a trip like this is just what I need to clear my head.
Well, that would be wonderful. It'll give me time to catch up on my reading. Oh, usually there are so many distractions.
Come into my home, will you? Show you, you bastard.
Stewie, gather your things. Time to go.
Well, it's about bloody time. That idiot Slattern sent the dog? Oh, well, this is... Oh, don't even get me started. I mean, really, when I think of the times that woman has... Oh, I won't even begin to... Can we go? Fine.
Wait here at the gate. I gotta run a quick errand.
Cunt.
I seem to have gotten disconnected. We're back on the air with the Jack and Rod Show. What had happened there?
Well, I don't know. The guest you had on there was asking me some very strange and personal questions that I didn't feel like I wanted to answer.
Oh, well, you know what? She doesn't have a lot of decorum for the air, and we're real sorry about that.
Yeah,
we apologize. So let's move on. Why was your grandmother hung?
My grandmother was hanged because people thought she was a witch, and she... Are you hanged? I'm sorry, but I can't, if this is a real interview here, I can't give it if I'm going to be interrupted like this.
Keep going. We're sorry.
Uh-huh.
So go ahead. Continue on with the story of your grandmother being hung.
Yeah, well, she was not hung. She was hanged. And, do you have any coke? The, fact of the matter was that people were afraid of her.
I'll suck your cock for some weed.
Yeah, I'm going to go blow a butt.
Can I speak with Ethel Stiffington?
That's me.
Fuck them. Just keep
you
them waiting.
recently
Who cares?
inquired
They'll
about
sit
earning
there.
your AA
They'll
and
fucking sit
business
there. They don't give a
administration
shit.
online. Is that
They're
correct?
stupid as fuck.
That's right.
Yeah.
Great.
No,
well,
I don't
I'm
know.
a member of the
Collect more fucking super
University
chats.
enrollment team,
I'm gonna go
and
smoke
I'm
a
calling
butt.
to see how our program can fit your needs. Do you have a few minutes?
Yeah, I might run. I'm going to run down to the
Okay, well,
7-Eleven.
I'm just
Do you
gonna
want
ask you a
anything?
few questions to make sure you qualify for the program, okay?
Yeah.
Right.
Now, it says
All right, I'll be
here
right back.
that you've had some college experience
No, not the one on
and
the
you're
corner. That
22
one
years
sucks.
of
I'm
age
going to get
or
in the
older,
car
correct?
and
That's
drive
true.
to the further 7-Eleven.
I'm 26.
I'll be right back. They won't even
You're
notice.
26.
Yeah.
Now, how much college do you have, Ethel?
How much what?
College do you have?
Can you repeat that?
How much college experience do you
A
have?
little hard of hearing.
But
Dan Schneider in a Rob Schneider film, The Animal. That's a bit, right? Is that a concept for a sketch? It's good enough for the radio. Dan Schneider is Rob Schneider in Deuce Bigelow 3 Child Gigolo. Fuck yes. Oh, God, I rule at this. Shit's too easy. All right, Revenge of the Sis. I don't know what that is. I keep seeing that pop up in the chat room tonight. But anyway, Friday Nightwave Hangout Explosion. We're back. Second hour. And we've got lots of content here for you. Tons and tons of content from Twitter. Tons of hot takes from Red Bar Radio. In fact, let me just play Red Bar Radio for a sec. You guys want to...
Never.
Here's some of our content for tonight. Is just we're going to watch Red Bar Radio. Check this out. This is something we came up with.
There's a story here that I'm dying to tell. And it has to do with a brand new comedian. Well, a comedian that I thought was brand new. I'd never really heard of this guy. Apparently, a lot of you guys like this guy. And maybe I even like him, too. We're going to find out today. It's the sad and shocking story of SNL's newest cast member, Shane Gillis. Am I saying that right?
Thanks.
You know, what they did to him is criminal. But, like, here's my hot take on this. Who even wants to be on SNL now anyway? They're doing him a favor by firing him, you know? I'm against everyone in this. That's my thing.
So
Shane Gillis, you know, and I know very little about him. However, I was introduced to him, or I probably saw him around. I just wasn't paying attention because he kind of just looks like an average schlub. You know what I mean? Doesn't really have a star presence. So maybe I've seen him around, but
Xander said he's the best podcast guest.
Well, we're going to find out.
Him.
We're going to find out today. So I saw him 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, on my favorite podcast, everybody's favorite live podcast, Kill Tony. Tony Hinchcliffe's Kill Tony. Remember Kill Tony? I saw him on there, and it actually something happened on that show that we wrote down, and we were going to show everybody, but I go, I don't know if people know who Shane Gillis is, so I'm not going to show this on the show yet, but we had it in our show notes. We have it in our show notes. And then the other...
Wow. So, yeah, Tony Hinchcliffe. That's it's funny he brings that up. That was something we were going to talk about anyway tonight on the show, but we do have more super chats to read. So why don't we go ahead and... why don't you read those super chats? Okay, let's get back to the super chats here. The most important part of the show, you guys. The most important part of the show, the fans. And the fans get to pay to have their words spoken here. Let's see. Jonathan for $3. A trip down memory lane for me. Please look into this piece of history, encyclopediadramatica.rs/crapple guy. Well, I don't think we have time to do that tonight, Jonathan, but I'll open it just in case, but let's keep going with these super chats for now. Crapple guy, what is this? I don't know what this is. Sorry, I'm going to need a little bit more. Sorry, you're going to have to send in at least 3 more super chats to explain what this is for me to cover it. Porcelain sends in $6.66. Ooh, close. 444. Porcelain says, "Don't you dare do an impression of me. I've already left your Discord channel out of spite." You want me to do a porcelain impression? I do a perfect porcelain impression, okay? Listen to this. Despite being only 13% of the population, these nappy-headed hoes are actually... See, perfect impression. Thank you. Okay, so from 0744407 for $1. Your biggest fan, I watch Day Wave, Brunch Wave, Noon Wave, 420, Blaze It Wave, TV Dinner, and Milwaukee's Best on Royce's Couch Wave. But Nightwave is my favorite. Helps put me to sleep every time. Couldn't live without your fresh takes on everything. I Ariadne saw every day. I don't know what that last part means, but thank you, 07, of course, to you. Royce for $3. Please, Jesse, just stop. We didn't do anything to you. I don't know why you're attacking us for literally no reason. We were always cool. I'm begging you, as a friend, please don't do this. Wow, well, somebody sounds a little loco in the cabeza. Stupid boomer. Okay, boomer. By the way, you can't say boomer anymore, okay? The normies got to it. PewDiePie covered it. Now the normies got to it. And now we can say boomer. Look, we can say don't say okay, boomer. And we can say okay, boomer in a sarcastic way. But you can't say it anymore. It's over. It's done. But anyway, stupid boomer sends in $1. He says, I love hearing how Mersh is a tough wigger guy. Keep it real, homies. I don't know who this Mersh guy is. You might have my show confused with somebody else. I'm Jesse PS, and this this is Jesse Heck. We are the Jessies of Friday Nightwave Hangout Explosion. Oh, you know who I love, by the way? Jesse Lee Peterson. I do an impression of him, actually. What do white people ever do to you? What do white people ever... Why you hate white people? Why do you hate white people? Why do you... So you telling me white people hurt you? Were you ever a slave? Were you ever a slave? White people? Okay, let's go to our next one. Chewy for $6.90 says, "Hey Jesse, I don't watch ROTC, so just make up some funny reference for me. Buddy, I don't know what you're referring to be quite honest. So, sorry, I can't make up a funny reference for you. I could. Oh, you know what, Jesse? Could you just quote something from Family Guy? That would be something he'd probably get. Let's see.
Oh, Peter, you are what the Spaniards call El Terrible.
Patience Zero for $5 says, "Dude, Mersh, stop already. Your impression of Jesse from Pod Awful sucks." Again, thank you, David. I don't know what that means exactly, but thank you so much. Okay, thank you so much for the super chats. We will be reading a lot more super chats before this is all over. In fact, I see that we haven't made a ton of money tonight for this awesome content. So we're going to need you guys to send in a lot more while we make fun of other people for e-begging, for what we call e-begging. So Porcelain, he put out that trailer for that new amazing documentary about, look, you guys ask for him, you're going to get him, okay? I can't stay away from this guy. I don't know why. For some reason, I'm magnetically attracted to this guy, okay? And I don't even want to talk about him anymore, okay? People are saying I'm becoming him. I don't even know what that means. You know, he's 6'7". I'm 5'7". Okay, he's a foot taller than me. By the way, that is true. I am 5'7". I know that for a fact. Okay? I know for a fact the height of some men. And this man right here is 5'7". So we're different guys, okay? But anyway, you guys love him. Owen Benjamin, we talked about the Porcelain thing, so we might as well play a little. Hey, are the Bears in the audience tonight? Are the Bears? Let me tell you something. And this, I'm going to let it play for a half a second, then pause it and say what I was going to say. Okay, good idea.
If it's a non-profit.
All right, so let me just tell you something here, Owen, okay? Owen, we took your Bears. We took them from you, okay? Your fans that we were making fun of for being stupid fucking retards, they're our fans now, okay? So we win because now 80% of our audience are former retards. Play the clip.
Profit and what companies get to buy it and how they get, whether or not, if they don't use like actual fetus tissue but replicated synthetic fetus, it's evil. And I wasn't even going to do a stream on it because it's just so wicked and disgusting. But it's like, to understand good, you have to understand evil. It's true. I got hip to the couple weeks ago. Sick stuff. I need to homestead. It's one of the many reasons we homestead. $60,000 a year per murdered baby. Billions in it's billions, and it's on a deeper level than just profit. It's Satan. Like, there's no other way to describe a society that uses sympathy for the devil. Oh, are you against the rape of a young girl who doesn't want to carry her rapist baby and incest, and then she wants to have rights over her butt. Okay, they used that to set up a farm where they
Okay, all right, pause it,
baby
pause
parts
it.
and sell it into your food to make it taste sweeter.
Pause it. Okay. Play it.
I mean,
a farm.
Kit Kat.
A farm.
You know, like it just, like if you.
I mean, what do you think is happening, Owen? You think
you see these?
They're going to a farm,
like brand name,
and picking baby parts off of like a corn stalk as a baby leg
names and
growing out of a corn.
This is all has
stalk
to do with the number of the beast. We'll get to it. So when people say, you're against vaccines, yes, they put fetus tissue in it from dead babies. Well, I mean, you need to just. I was explaining this to my mother because I was like, Mom, evil exists. Post the article. There is no article. It's a fact. It's called. Just look up. Synomics with a Y. Just look it up. They brag about it. Like they used aborted fetuses to come up with a way to magnify the taste of fake sugar.
No, they didn't.
And then they patented it, and then they sold it to everybody, and they used Planned Parenthood babies to do it. It's insane.
And this is what bears actually believe. I mean,
like, I'm not even going to play these games of like, well, post a link. Stop. I'm trying to establish that evil is real. And so a lot of people, I was talking to my mom about this, like they're duped.
Yeah, evil is real, and his name is Owen Benjamin. All right, people. We hate this guy. Oh, my God. This dude. Oh, fuck. Oh.
And they're tricked sometimes because they forget about evil. Like my mother had a really bad priest when she was younger who didn't do a good job explaining Genesis and Eve's role and Adam's role. And he was just like this, in modern terms, I'd call him an incel cuck, woman hater, who didn't explain that it's mankind. Yeah, Eve was tempted by the snake. Man was a cuck. Eve was, right. So she rejected it for a long time because my mother's a truth seeker and what she heard was not the truth because it was through the lens of a sick priest. And so now she's back. Like she's praying. She's back. But she never left truth. She just was like, I'm not, she couldn't call herself Christian because of her upbringing where it's like women are the root of evil. Like that isn't true. Women are easier to be manipulated by Satan. It's in their nature, but it's like.
All right, let's go to the next show prep. The prep, guys, we call it show prep here. I don't know if you know this, but we call it show prep because we're actually from the real radio where I heard one time that in the drive time radio world, they call it show prep. So when I talk about all of what I'm doing before the show, which is, again, just gathering. Let me actually show you my show prep right now. So let me show you where I go for my show prep. So here, once again, it's Twitter, okay? And there's this great feature on Twitter. It's called the Explore tab. And you go to the Explore tab, and then you look at this stuff, and you go, which of these makes my idiot listeners mad? Ooh, Dean Cain. Okay, perfect. Dean Cain. Now, you might think to yourself, you're not me. This is why they pay me the big bucks. You might think to yourself, well, Dean Cain, that's kind of an old... No, you don't get it. He was on Crowder. Crowder, by the way. Have you noticed he's on methamphetamines? He's on Adderall. He's geeked out on Adderall. Okay? And I personally am the one who noticed that and did not hear that from a different podcast that's already been mentioned tonight.
Yeah, so Dean Cain is a guest on Crowder all the time. So then what I do is I click Dean Cain and I go, oh, what's happening with Dean Cain right now? And I go, is there a video I can play? So Dean Cain, there he is. Dean Cain's Twitter bio is basically Bears beats Battlestar Galactica, says somebody. Father, filmmaker, freedom, family, former Buffalo Bill. Would never tweet anything. I wouldn't say, okay, I don't know. Is this what made him trend? I don't know why Dean Cain is trending right now. But then you keep looking through it and you look through it. And then when you realize that it's nothing, when you realize none of this is worth looking at, that this is all completely meaningless, you go back to the top thing here, this stupid tweet about it being Bears beats Battlestar Galactica, and then you just bring it up on the show anyway, even though it's nothing. It's beautiful. Again, it's called the Explore tab. This is my show prep, okay? It's pretty much my professional show prep. So we've got Nikki Haley. Okay, Nikki Haley, that's politics. And we're sort of, I don't know if you remember this from our Patreon, but we're sort of a politics thing. We're the media insurgents. So Trump, okay, cool, Trump. Is there a video I can play? Can we play a video here? Okay, well, it's not just giving me a video on any of these, so looks like a lot of reading. That's going to be out for this guy over here. So yeah, I can't read. I don't know how reading works. Oh, perfect. No, I thought that was a video. I guess it's not a video. Oh, okay, great. So then here you go. Oh, and it says Israel. Okay, perfect. Perfect example. So this says Israel. It's about a Trump person. It's a video. Now, here's what I do. I sit here and I go like this. As I watch. And now we click play.
Israel must be treated like any other normal country. We demand that Israel not be treated like some sort of temporary provisional entity. It cannot be the case that only one country in the world doesn't get to choose its capital city. It cannot be the case that the UN Human Rights Council has a standing agenda item for only one country. It cannot be the case that an organization
now you're sitting there thinking to yourself, this is nothing. And also, I've seen this all over all my timelines already. But here's the difference. Here's the difference here at Friday Nightwave Hangout Explosion. 25 minutes before the show, I write down a bunch of ideas for jokes based on this, and then I pass them over to this guy right here, and he takes them, and he can barely read. So he takes them, and he kind of gets the gist, and then I set him up for some, and when he's not, off in fucking Neverland, when he's not off in Drinky Town in his brain, suddenly he'll say the punchline that I wrote. So I go, okay, so she said, with 193 countries, she's talking about Israel, and she says, with 193 countries. And so I would maybe go, 193 countries? Isn't that the number of, and then he would all of a sudden blurt out, the number of countries they got kicked out of? And then if we both laugh at the same time, you think it was spontaneous. Okay, so that's my show prep. These are my secrets. So cool. If you want to, by the way, if you want to join our Patreon, that's very cool of you. But if you don't have the money to join our Patreon and you want to see the behind the scenes and bonus content access, and you want to get early access to our content, you can actually do it for free. Hit the Explore tab on Twitter. Okay? Just hit the Explore tab on Twitter. You can get early access to our episodes that way. All right, so let's go to our next video. This is just one of these videos we play. We just look at it and we play it. That's it.
This call may be monitored and recorded for quality.
This is Pastor Michael Smith, and this is cable TV telemarketers prank calls. Okay, wait, hang on. Who is this? I told you this. I told you before the show who this is. This is the Pastor Michael Smith. He's that older black guy who's like, he breathes real heavy. I thought this was wild. He's doing prank calls. It's not his style at all. Wait, okay, all right. But who is, this guy is a pastor? I just said he's a pastor. I don't. Sorry. Yeah. My bad. I missed that. Okay. So this, and what is he doing here? He's doing prank calls. That's what I just said that. It literally says it on the screen. Look at, you know where the screen is, right? Just look at the screen. The screen? Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Play it.
Tap, Pardo. Thanks for calling All Connect about services in your area. My name is LaShonda on the recorded line. Who's the pleasure speaking with today?
LaShonda. That's your name, LaShonda?
LaShawn?
Oh, LaShawn.
Yes, ma'am.
That's a boy's name, don't you know?
LaShawn?
Yeah, I mean, you would think your name would be LaShonda or LaShonda.
And by the way, pause that.
But LaShawn.
By the way, you hear what I hear? Yeah, the classic fire smoke detector beep. I mean, that's something we talk about on this show all the time. Coming up soon, we're going to be talking about this all the time. Wherever we can get ideas from, we'll take.
It's like kind of like saying LaShawn. That's a boy's name.
LaShawn is...
But, can I ask you a question? LaShawn?
Yeah?
What do you identify yourself as?
What do you mean?
What do you identify yourself as? You know, they got a thing going on where you can pick who you want to identify yourself as. And being that you said your name is LaShawn, I gotta ask you, what do you identify yourself as?
LaShawn, I'm a woman.
Oh, you're a woman, okay. And that's what you identify yourself as?
That's what I am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you never tried to stray out of womanhood, have you?
No.
Okay, you never tried to, Deb. You never said...
Okay, I gotta be honest. I didn't watch this one ahead of time. I just thought it was strange he was doing prank calls. So, sometimes we try to get the stuff from off of the Explore tab on Twitter. We try new things from other shows, and that never works out. We'll stick to the Explore tab from now on. I apologize for that one. You know what? Blame me for that one. Let's go back to some super chats, because obviously we need to fill a little bit more time here. Oh, God, I hope I've got super chats. Here we go. Jonathan for $3 says, "Here are your shekels, you fucking Jew. Crapple Guy is part of an online community of elite trolls that tried to emulate Kiwi Farms. Could be a goon." Cool. Yeah, Kiwi Farms is the type of thing we would talk about on this show. We would definitely be into that sort of thing on this show, because Kiwi Farms, you've heard of it. So you'll click. It's about the clicks. So yeah, Kiwi Farm. I'll definitely. Oh, we gotta cover this guy now. Definitely. Thank you so much for your $3. Royce for $1 says, "Hey Jesse, would you be interested in replacing my current co-host? I can offer you the same I offer him, nightly hand jobs and leftover spaghetti." I tell you what, I don't know who you are, Royce. I don't know about your show, but if you don't live in the same area as me, I will accept your offer if you can give me a place to stay. IRL for $5 says, "Shout out to the Pizza Fund." Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Yes, join our Patreon Pizza Fund. Pizza Fund, by the way, the Pizza Fund. Oh, hey, let me talk about this real quick. This Pizza Fund thing. I mean, the Pizza Fund, I like to shout this out all the time. I shout out Pot Awful all the time. I shout out the Pizza Fund all the time. I'm completely aware that this thing, the Pizza Fund, exists because Pot Awful was kicked off of Patreon. Yeah, why wouldn't you be? You're on Pot Awful. It's our thing. It's our Patreon alternative. Why would? Yes, I am completely aware of that, and I was definitely told the story behind that because one time when our Patreon was going down, it was offered. We were worried that we were going to lose our stuff. We were being kicked off of things. It was offered to us to have our own pizza fund built for us long before New Project 2 came along. It was offered to be built for us. So I definitely knew about this story ahead of time. Okay. Again, you talking to yourself? I mean, what do you? Look, let me just reveal something else about. Let me just reveal something else interesting. Did you know that one time before we had hit 10,000 subscribers, I had the idea of making a clip channel. That would take our clips, Pod Awful clips, our clips, Red Bar clips, Cumtown clips, clips from, Joe Rogan. And it'd put all these clips on the YouTube channel. And then we'd also do like some of our guys, our friends out there, some of the, a YouTube show, a podcast is good if all of its listeners have their own shows. And so we got a lot of listeners with shows, so we put their clips on there. What I was going to do, though, you mix it in with these big, high-profile people. And this is real. This is a real thing I was going to do. And that way, it would draw in the people to go see the clips of Cumtown, Red Bar, Joe Rogan, all these people. But then they'd see our clips on there, too. They'd hit subscribe. They'd see our clips, too. This was a real idea I had that I tried to get one of our fans, we haven't seen her in a while, but Pod Awful has this fan called Trollita. I think she was in the chat room on Sunday, actually. And I was trying to get her to actually set this up, and she never did it. And, I talked to a few people about it. They humored me for a while. But anyway, this is a real idea. This is a 100% real idea. Completely real. Not a bad idea, to be honest, says King of Queens in the chat. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to read chat. That's not a super chat, right? Yeah, you can't. Yeah, dude, you can't read the regular chat. That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, we've got another super chat here from Merch, I guess like merchandise, $1. Hey, Jesse, you say something negative about Dick Masterson, which can only mean that you're a spurg and jealous of me because Dick can help our career more than you can, and we love it when Dick spits in our assholes. I live on a couch. That's a super chat. I don't know what these super chats mean. Let's go to our next video here. Dan Crenshaw, the third hour of this fucking never-ending show is going to be all about Dan Crenshaw, the Jew Cyclops, the one-eyed Willie politician man. Oh, this fucking guy.
When Social Security was implemented, I think the life expectancy was in the low 60s. Right now, it's a 78. That's a huge difference. And
she won't even answer you honestly.
Just answer why are you not allowed. So both generations have to actually give a little. We have to have an American compromise on this. And unfortunately, it's not going to happen until the American people believe it should happen.
That's right.
And it's very politically divisive right now. And I hope that we can all educate ourselves on Social Security and how to fix it so that we can get to that point.
How do you think this is going to pan out?
I'm the authority here.
Hello.
I'm asking you guys
for your service.
Step back.
I'm from a border town in Arizona.
Okay. So this bit, I'm the authority here. I'm going to ask you to please step back. That's what she just said, and I repeated it like she's stupid.
That's right.
I have a
God is the authority.
So I want to know,
another plan. Yo, chill. I'm here to. No, I'm here to make your walk. I'm just.
Are we going to keep funding the wall?
I'm allowed to film. Look, I'm peacefully filming. You step out. All right, you can stick your arm out.
Dude, what? What are you laughing at? Sorry, I'm so sorry. I just looked at the screen and saw the layout of our show again. And I gotta be honest with you, dude. Before the show, like for 2 hours before the show while setting this up, I could not stop laughing at the way this looks. I love our new format. I love this new format. This rules.
Questions about illegal immigration. How do we stop that?
Not causing a disturbance.
Yes, we need to keep funding a wall. We absolutely need wall funding. That doesn't mean like this 2,500-mile wall. So that's what the left likes to use against us. They like to say, "Oh, it's so dumb. You just want some giant concrete walls." Freedom of speech?
What do you think this means, bro? This is tattooed on my body, buddy.
We advocate for a wall where Border Patrol says we need it, and they don't need it everywhere.
Have you met Donald Trump?
A lot more places than they have it now.
Oh, well, I have.
What we need
so
more than that even is enforcement of our laws. So the Flores settlements is an
You're
example
stopping
of
freedom
that.
of speech.
Our asylum loopholes are an example of that.
You're being
we need
dishonest.
To be able to, when people cross illegally,
you're trying to
we need to be able
censor
to adjudicate their claims whether that be an asylum claim or just an illegal
You're a
crossing
witness. Have I been causing any trouble? I've just been
US
filming, right?
1325.
Okay,
That
all
means
right. Let's get
illegally
to the part.
Thank you.
Let's get to the part where we hear Crenshaw speak. This is about Israel. This is one of our very few videos tonight about Israel.
Shouting like the typical lefties or even fucking Hillary. Yes. That old fraud. And they're winning. Start speaking up. Exactly. But you're playing too also, sir. Don't get antagonized. Sorry.
This is going to be our last question?
You told me What? I've been waiting. They're bringing up plants. Look at this. Why are you supporting this, Mr. Crenshaw? Boo!
Democrats who want to ask a question?
Right there!
There's 2 Democrats right there. Let's ask. Okay.
This is completely rigged. Yo, Nick, no, break it down. This is completely rigged. Everyone.
Holy shit, this is so boring. You know what? This is so boring that it's hard to even think of witty things. Can we just move? Yeah, you know what? Okay, I brought in one bit of show prep for tonight. Okay, one bit of show prep for tonight. Bring up
who was in line.
Yeah. Bring up the prep. Okay, all right. This is. So what is this? Can you introduce this? Yeah. So this is the content that Red Bar was playing on their private live stream thing for their bonus content section today. This is from a couple hours ago on Red Bar Radio. So 07444 to these guys. This is Tony Hinchcliffe. We mentioned him earlier on some podcast, and this way we don't have to think anything, which is a lot easier.
Little slate for camera.
I'm looking for a
I'm
slate.
Tony Hinchcliffe. I'm going to be the guest on Rick Glassman's podcast. Take your shoes off. Is that what it's called?
No! Oh, no! I can't believe this guy thinks like he's... Blabbity blue, scoop dee. Oh, yeah!
Didn't do a level check either, so let's do that.
How many roommates do you have here? Just
Hello?
kidding. That's the kind of comedy that I'm into, you know what I mean? How many roommates do you fit in this place?
What do you mean?
Well, it's funny because it's clearly just your place.
Right.
Right. So it's funny because it's like, oh, how many roommates do you have?
Oh, did you say how many roommates do you have?
Yeah.
I didn't hear that. The audio wasn't on, and I could only hear.
Oh, you had the headphones on.
Yeah.
Oh. I was wondering why you didn't get a massive laugh.
People at home laughed.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. How do you feel? Too loud?
Okay, so my take on this is Tony Hinchcliffe, stand-up comedian, L.A., Kill Tony, Joe Rogan, Andrew Santino. This is my take on this. He's on this podcast, Kill Tony, lobster. He's a lobster. This guy's a lobster. And so, I don't know, he's gay or something. And this guy, he's on this Jewish guy's podcast, and this Jewish guy, this is my personal take on this. This Jewish guy is going to, he's like secretly taking him down because Tony's got a big head, you know, and I mean that he literally, right? Literally, he's got a big head, okay, big head. And I gotta be honest, this is doing this is fucking depressing.
I feel great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Volume-wise, not...
No, I love it. I love it.
Great.
I like it loud.
Okay. I need to take a break.
Oh, my God.
Okay. Okay. Podcasting ain't easy. Welcome to Take Your Shoes Off podcast. My name's Rick Glassman, and today our guest is Tony Hinchcliffe. I'm spiking. I'm peaking.
Yeah.
I'm peaking. Okay.
Did it start already?
No.
We're taking it from the top?
No, I won't. It hasn't started yet.
Okay. Let's keep this a nice, tight episode.
All right, guys, get in your last
Okay.
super chats.
I'll start it
last
up, and
super
then...
chat's got to come in now because I got to end this because I want to fucking die. The idea of even this. Okay, so please, if you I don't want to like if you're in the middle of it, like we're at the cutoff, so you got like 2 minutes.
And when I'm gonna point it to you, you go ahead and say your name, look to camera, and then give us your credits.
No.
At least give us your name. Give me a countdown.
3, 2, 1.
You know not to say 1, right? You know not to say 1, right?
5, 4, 3.
You got to say 2. This isn't Wayne's World. Just 3, 2. Welcome to Take Your Shoes Off podcast. My name's Rick Glassman. Today with special guest Tony Hinchcliffe.
Hi, I'm Tony Hinchcliffe.
And let's cue that theme song. Here's where the theme song's playing, so they can't hear anything we're gonna say. How big's your dick?
Take your shoes off. Take your shoes off. Take your shoes off with Rick Glassman.
Tony, thank you so much for coming on by to the apartment. How have you been?
It's so good to be here. This is an amazing pad you have. I can't believe Blake Griffin fit in this place. This is amazing.
Yeah, that's what they said about, you know what, I'm not going to do it.
Whoa.
I'm not going to do it because you know what? That's not my forte.
Right.
My forte isn't roasts. My forte is...
Will Forte.
Yes. He's going to fit in here soon, I hope.
I bet.
Speaking of roasts, you're one of the guys in the game who do the roasts.
Yeah.
I don't want to go talk too much about this unless we do.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want you to know that.
Sure.
Okay, I've lost interest in this gag long ago. Let's just read those the voice I was doing the whole time. Let's just read those fucking super chats. Let's see here. I don't know where I left off. Okay, Royce for $1 says, "Hey Jesse, I was lying about offering you that co-host position. I was just hoping to find more guys to jerk off. I really enjoy whacking off dudes." Okay, thank you so much, Royce. Mooch for $3 says, "I rub my dick on everything in the house when Royce and his wife go on vacation." And finally, our final... I literally just puked in my mouth. I don't like to say the whole, I just threw up a little in my mouth. I honestly vomited just then. Okay. Megabit Banshee 666, our final super chat of the night. Where did we get on our donate? How do you even look at this? Where did we get on our donation thing here? Did we get to our goal? Have we achieved our goal? I don't use Streamlabs because I'm not a fucking loser. How do you see that? I don't know how you even check it. I don't even remember what I put in as the goal. I think I just typed something random. Merch? Is that what they kept talking about? I don't know. Donation history. Okay, whatever. What does it say? $83. All right, not bad for a fucking joke. We had another one come in. I guess this won't be the final one. So Megabit says for $3, tell us about the strip clubs again. And Fat Gay Retard for $1 says worst Friday Nightwave hangout explosion yet. And I couldn't agree more, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in to the new format. Couldn't have done it without you. And we'll be... I don't know how they sign out. The Knights of the Emporium of the Insurgency of Keep It Toasty. Keep it real and keep it going, fellas. Let's get a different song going here. Is there something cooler? Yeah, that's an ending song. Guys, keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the stars. 07. Good night.